You too, man. What's going on, H? Back with another vid, man. If you guys have not seen what's going on with Jalen Green, man, I think this upcoming season is going to be looking super interesting for him. And we haven't talked about this dude in a minute, man, because he just did something that is shocking everyone and just went viral on IG and a ton of social media platforms. But let's break it down, get right into it, man. If you do like these type of vids, like the vid, sub to the channel. But let's get into it. Now, Jalen Green, of course, being one of these guys that I've been covering for a while now, and he's finally getting his shot to make his statement in the league. Now, if you guys don't know by now, training camp is going on. A ton of hoopers are hooping, going crazy right now. You got Jalen Green in training camp, people like LaMelo Ball, a ton of these guys that we have been talking about for a minute. Of course, LaAngelo Ball doesn't look like he made it, and we have a ton of these guys, but let's get into it, man. Jalen Green, what has he been doing? Now, if we take a look at some of this footage, man, I gotta be honest here, a lot of people have been talking about this. This dude is looking super ready for the league. I think even when we saw him in summer league and the way he was playing, the dude looked so smooth on the court. He looked like he'd been playing in the NBA for years, and I think that just shows you how good of a player he is. I mean, his ball handling, he's pretty efficient with his dribbles as well, which is super important in the NBA, having that IQ to know what to do with the basketball. But man, he is just truly a natural scorer, and you don't always see that nowadays, man. But his ability to really knock down his jump shots as well is, I think, what takes him to the next level. It's one thing to be tall, but if you can combine all of that with your dribbling, your jump shot, just your overall IQ, knowing when to shoot, when to pass the ball, I think that's what's going to make you and really separate you from a ton of other rookies in the league. And you guys know the thing has always been about Jalen Green is the comparison between him and Cade Cunningham. You guys know Cade Cunningham, of course, has been the guy who's always put over Jalen Green. You guys know in the draft, of course, Cade Cunningham went first, he went second, and it's always been a thing where people compare the two and always state that Cade Cunningham is just a little bit better than Jalen Green. But in my opinion, I think Jalen Green has that X factor, the height and the athleticism just really makes him dangerous, whereas Cade Cunningham, in my opinion, I don't think he has that same type of really flair to his game, but he's definitely a super solid player, and it's nothing to take away from him. But in that case, man, Jalen Green is just one of these guys who has a chip on his shoulder now and wants to be the best. He even said in an interview, and actually I'm gonna let it play right here.
Hey Jalen, Mabuhay from the Philippines. During Summer League, you mentioned a few times that you feel like, you should have gone as the number one pick. So I'm just curious, is that some sort of motivation for you to, maybe win Rookie of the Year this season?
Yeah, I mean that's the goal already as it is to get rookie of the year. But I mean the fact that I didn't go number one, that's motivation still. Yeah.
Now, I think his mindset about this entire game is super interesting, but man, the G League just looks like the move, the way he is playing and really able to play with people like Kevin Porter Jr. and a ton of these hoopers who are really about it. They're super solid basketball players, but he looks like he's fitting right in and able to hold his own in these games, which is super interesting. Now, I think Jalen is going to have a very bright future in the near time. I don't think it's going to be that long before he's really able to adjust to the game, but only time will tell because, of course, when you see someone play in Summer League, it's a lot different than when they actually transition and go play against people who've been playing in the league for a minute. And you guys know that competition is a step up, but he looks ready. You guys let me know what you think about his game. In my opinion, I think he's looking super solid, ready to play for sure. And it's only a matter of time before we really see how this dude does pan out compared to the Cade Cunninghams and other guys who have been ranked super highly since he was in high school. Remember, again, he was highly ranked in high school as well, was pretty much that guy in high school. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. Now, on the other hand, man, I want to take a look at this man, Brandon Boston. Again, we haven't talked about this dude in a minute. Of course, he was playing for the Clippers right now, did go undrafted, but then did get picked up. And of course, he's been doing his thing. Now, if we take a look at this video of him training in the gym, he does look like he's playing pretty solid. I think he's been working on his jump shot and that overall confidence because you guys know when he was at Kentucky, man, things were not going the best for him whatsoever. He really wasn't averaging too many points and just didn't have the type of same swag that he had on the court that he did back in high school. You guys know he played with Sharif Cooper, man, and if you're hooping with Sharif Cooper, you have a guard that's going to look for you, try to get you shots, put the ball ball up, really do all of these things. But so far, we really didn't see that in college basketball when he played. And that's why there was really a big question mark around Brandon Boston's name. But I think he's been able to play pretty well so far. He looks like he's training very hard. And I think we're going to see some big things from him as well. But you guys let me know what you think about that in the comments down below. Now, lastly, I think I'm most excited to see really Sharife Cooper play. If you guys don't remember, of course, Sharife Cooper being one of the best players in high school basketball, top guard, McDonald's All-American, ranked pretty highly, was able to win states for his high school, played EYBL alongside Brandon Boston, did his thing there, went to Auburn. And of course, you guys remember, you cannot forget the Auburn situation. What happened with Auburn and the fact that, of course, he was not able to play for the first couple of games because there was some type of investigation going on, but he eventually was cleared and was allowed to play. And when he hopped on that court on Auburn, man, you could already tell this dude was NBA player material. The way he was able to get his teammates involved, kept throwing alley-oops, and was still able to get his, probably putting up 20, 30 points sometimes, knocking down shots. Of course, his three-point jump shot did look a little questionable, but he for sure has continued to work on his game. And I think this dude is going to be super exciting to watch as well. We've seen him such a long time really grow and develop overall, his improved jump shot. And I think that's the one thing. Of course, he likes to drive to the basket, is able to finish through contact, but as well, him being able to actually knock down jump shots consistently is going to be something that can separate him in the long run. You guys know this dude is not the tallest, for sure, maybe 6'1", 6'2" at max. And in this case, you have to have a high IQ and be able to shoot the ball for sure, put up floaters. You got to be able to do a lot of different things on the court, and I think that's something that he's going to need to work on and has been working on. And he's for sure, in my opinion, if he can really continue to develop, he's going to have another really solid future in the NBA. I think his IQ and just how he gets his teammates involved, because you guys know the game of basketball, a lot of these hoopers just like to score points, and at some point, maybe in high school, even college, you can do that. But once you get to the NBA, the competition is so high, and sometimes you have to change the role that you do play in basketball. It's somebody like Mac McClung as well. He was able to score a ton of points in high school and college basketball, but of course, once he's going to be in the NBA, he's probably going to have to transition to more of a traditional guard, because it's definitely not as easy to score the basketball, and you're playing against guys who have been playing for a minute in the NBA. So I think for sure it's going to take some time to adjust for both of these guys. But man, Sharife is going to be super exciting. I think he's going to have a long-lasting career in the league for sure, and he's definitely about winning. I think that's when, if you like to pass the ball, like to get your teammates involved, man, you are about winning, and for sure you're going to help your team be better and really just make a positive impact overall, because you guys know you can't always be the man, but you can make an impact regardless of if you're scoring the basketball or doing other things. But I'm curious what you guys think about all of these. Of course, Jalen Green going crazy, doing his thing there for sure. And then you have Sharife Cooper and even Mac McClung as well as another guy. We have to see how he's going to perform. A lot of haters for all these dudes. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure you like the vid, sub to the channel, turn on post notifications, get a notification every time I upload a new video, and drop any video suggestions you have in the comments down below. Selling H and Mo.